Hi everyone, Derek here from Sedara. Thanks for joining us for another episode of the Sedara Cybersecurity Whiteboard Series. Today we're going to talk about Ed Law 2D, what it is, who it applies to, and what Sedara's approach to solving this is. So Ed Law is a New York State regulation that's been around for many years, and basically it helps govern how school districts operate and how they handle things in general. In early 2020, there was a new component to it called 2D, essentially, a new section added to an old law that's really around data privacy. This is intended to cover various aspects of data privacy for school districts in New York State. This involves identifying the data that exists and how it's handled and what you're allowed to do with it, and also defines additional security requirements for it, both physical and cyber. By starting that, what it does is define what student data and personal identifiable information is. They have a pretty clear description of it. Basically, it covers a lot of information in any combined form, is essentially considered student data, and it needs to be protected through this new set of regulations. It does create a bunch of very specific regulations or controls within the law that you can step right through and read that are pretty clear. One of them is it requires the appointment of a data protection officer. So that's a person within the school district that is officially responsible for ensuring that this program gets implemented and is consistently adhered to, and if there's an issue, is also responsible for helping to respond to that. There's various other aspects of it, including vendor management. It defines what a vendor is in terms of, does a vendor handle student data or PII, and it also creates requirements around them also having to have controls and regulations around how they protect that data and how they operate, and also be able to prove it. There's various other controls in there that are very specifically laid out, such as having a student and parent bill of rights for this data and various other things. But the most important aspect is down here. It's a single line in there that says a school is required to have a NIST CSF 1.1 program. NIST CSF is a Cybersecurity Framework, version 1.1, and it is essentially a set of controls that actually governs a lot of the other things that are already listed in the law, and it's very, very specific. It's very comprehensive, and there are a lot of requirements, both technical and non-technical, that have to be documented and policies and procedures written around or validated to ensure that they're applying correctly to the program and to student data. It's a program that at Sedara, we've been doing this for many years. NIST is a United States-based program. It's not specific to school districts. It really ultimately is a risk management program. It's really about identifying where risks are within an organization, identifying your risk, your ability to respond to those risks, and then prioritizing your remediation to make sure you have a game plan on how you're going to address these risks, or that they're at least documented and you know how to create controls or compensations for those. At Sedara, we've spent the better part of 10 years building programs around requirements like this, and we've spent the better part of the last couple of years developing what we call the Cybersecurity Development Program, or CDP. At Sedara, this is a program that is designed to take controls like this, understand and factor in the requirements and the needs and the operations of how schools operate and work through these things. And we put together a program that includes technical and non-technical approaches to this and resources to bring together a program that is very approachable and scalable and effective for schools to meet all of these requirements and also keep their student data in their district safe. And this includes things like protections against ransomware and all the other sorts of things that fall under this law, and also could affect how a school district operates or prevent a district from operating for a period of time in the event of something like ransomware. We do this by making a program that's very flexible. It's designed to only bring the components to the school that are needed. It's not designed to take out technology. It's not designed to replace things that are already there. It's designed to augment the investments that have already been made and right-size a program that's appropriate for that school district, and also bring in the resources, technical and non-technical, to help deliver that on an ongoing basis. That's how we make this cost-effective. That's how we make this approachable, and that's how we make it sustainable, ongoing, because this law is not going away. They may change the name, they may change the requirements, but the intent is there, where we now have an obligation to protect student data, protect personal identifiable information, and ultimately ensure that schools are able to operate on a daily basis. Hope this was helpful, and see you again soon. Thanks.